Morning. Hannah here. I'm filming my 17-week pregnancy update with the twins. Even though technically today, when I'm filming this, I am 18 weeks. I was meant to film this last night, but I was not in a place to. I was too angry and upset and all over the map. And I didn't want it to come across as a complete and utter rant, pretty much. So that's why I didn't last night, but I'm feeling a lot better this morning. I am feeling a lot more, well, me. So yeah, what happened last week was my hormones were an absolute roller coaster. I was up, down, loop-de-loop, the whole 9 yards, though I will admit most of last week was more on a downward spiral than it was up. I just could not seem to find the motivation or the energy or anything to do most things. So yes, but thankfully today everything's gone and had a nice little 180 because I've managed to wake up this morning feeling pumped, and so I kept going with that motivation, and I've managed to get quite a bit done this morning. So that has also made me then happier on top of feeling happy. But yeah, yesterday itself, my last day of 17 weeks, was a very bad day. I was still getting sickness and I couldn't keep anything down, like, at all. I mean, the nausea has still been a big thing for most days, but mostly that's just for the fact that I can't get rid of this horrible taste in my mouth, which then makes me feel nauseous. So normally it's just have a Polo and I'm absolutely fine again, at least for an hour. But no, not yesterday. Yesterday it was, I literally couldn't eat anything. Anything I ate didn't last the 2 hours that is recommended for you to, like, because obviously they say if you throw up 2 hours after having pills or things like that, then they don't work. So it's the same with food. It takes about that time to go into your system and you to actually get any kind of nutrients from it. So yeah, I didn't really eat a lot yesterday. I ate, but didn't really stick. Then yeah, I managed to drink lots of water, thankfully. So that was yesterday. I ended up feeling really sorry for myself yesterday, which now looking back on it, I now feel silly for. So that's another reason why I'm glad I didn't do this video last night when I was in the height of all those emotions and everything else. Not a lot's really been going on around the house. We haven't really done much. We're hopefully talking to an architect about expanding our house and finding out how we'd go about doing plans, and sorting out planning permission and things for all of that, which would be amazing, because then we wouldn't have to move, which is one thing that we are a little bit skeptical of doing, because moving will open up a whole other avenue of problems and hurdles to come across, whereas going up seems like the more drastic, but it's the more rational pathway to follow instead of moving, which both would bring their own levels of stress. But yeah, so hopefully that happens today, or at least it happens next week, hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah, I've nearly done all of our Christmas shopping, aside from for my husband. I have no idea what to buy my husband. So if you have any ideas of what to buy a 27-year-old man, please let me know. But yeah, so that's nearly all done. I've managed to find a couple of other presents that are surprise ones for my sisters, and just some little things that I know that they'll like, but they really aren't expecting, which makes me then feel better, and not better, totally wrong choice of words, which then makes me feel happy because they don't expect it. I can do something nice for them and they really just don't expect it. So yeah, Yeah, and so that's what's been happening this week. Emotional roller coaster of feeling disconnected and just all over the map. For more likely than not, I'm going to go with baby brain completely and utterly blowing everything up out of proportion. But yeah, so last week, bad. Last week's finished with. So today is the first day of my 18 weeks. I have another scan on this Thursday to see how the twins are growing. And I don't know whether or not the NHS will tell us, but I am going to ask if they could maybe give us a hint of what the genders are. So that's exciting. We'll wait and see what they say. And then that was my youngest daughter putting a toy on the floor. And so it'll be that hopefully my next update will be uploaded on Friday, but it's because I will have filmed it the last day of being 18 weeks on Thursday. So yeah, if we do manage to find out, we haven't discussed whether or not we'll be telling anyone. So whether or not I say it in the video of what they are, if we find out, I don't know. But he's still just hoping that we can find out. So yeah, hope you all have a great weekend, and bye.